Friends, all along I have been sharing things about Lucifer's operations on our planet against humanity. What I have found so far does give us all a big picture of events and a pattern in which the devil operates. In different religions, stories and incidents we come across do have an underlying reason to them, which the followers of those religions may not even understand. However, we are able to put one and one together and say, aha, that's what's been going on here, because we understand the big picture. Now, what is the big picture? That is, God in heaven, humans on the earth, and the devil in the oceans. Yes, that's where the devil's abyss is. After the flood of Noah, which is the reset point of the human history, the entities that appeared to the Sumerians told them that Enki sent them from Abzu. Now, Enki is the devil and Abzu is the abyss from where the devil operates. And these aquatic entities that emerged out of the Persian Gulf taught humans civilization and languages. In return, they demanded worship and blood sacrifices. Now, why would they want sacrifices? It's because they are the fallen angels that were in heaven before their rebellion against God. Now that they are cut off from the land of the living, they crave for life, which is found only in God-created blood in His creatures. Nothing explains it better than the following passage from Bhagavad Gita. It says that we humans should perform sacrifices to the demigods, and they, being pleased by our sacrifices, will in return be favorable to us. In this manner of nourishing each other, there will be a general prosperity for all. Furthermore, Enki the devil sent water nymphs in the disguise of beautiful women to charm and control the minds of ancient kings. A good example is the courtship of Inanna with Noah's great-grandson King Nimrod. Another example is King Shantanu of India marrying the mysterious water nymph Ganga Devi. She took her infant son Bhishma underwater with her. Bhishma spent all his childhood years in Lucifer's abyss learning the Luciferian ways of controlling the human society. Finally, she brought him back to his father. These are all right in front of our eyes, yet not understood. They pass off as mythical stories. In the same way, even the Prophet of Islam was targeted early on in his childhood by Lucifer. Now, some of you might have watched some alien documentaries where people are abducted and operated upon in order to harvest some body part, collect some human eggs or sperm, because these demons are masters of miscegenation. The so-called aliens are the same demonic entities from the abyss, folks. They are not from somewhere out in the universe. They are from the oceans, and people have seen UFOs coming out of the waters carrying these demons. The following passage is found in a book named Sirat ibn Hisham, the biography of the Prophet. It is freely downloadable over the internet. At that time, Muhammad was a small boy of just about 2 years. He was under the custody of his wet nurse, Halima, far from home. One day, while he was playing with the wet nurse's son in their backyard, 2 tall men in white garments approached Muhammad, knocked him down, opened his chest, and started operating upon his body. the other boy ran to his parents and told them, "Two men in white have seized my Qurayshi brother and thrown him down and ripped open his chest and are moving it up." When Halima and her husband rushed out to rescue Muhammad, they saw him pale and afraid as he narrated what happened to him. Friends, we cannot be sure as to what happened to him, but I think they were evil entities that tweaked his body early on. It is like tagging a wild dolphin and letting it go free to monitor its every move. I say this because these entities, due to their prior existence in heaven, always possessed great technology. About 1,000 years before Muhammad, when Alexander the Great made a bridge to the Isle of Tyre and ransacked it, it's been recorded that these demons visited the site in flying saucers repeatedly to monitor it. Well, coming back to our story, the wet nurse Halima and her husband returned Muhammad to his mom because they thought he was possessed by a demon. Sadly, this is the person that Lucifer used on a later date to deny the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross and the salvation he brought to the mankind, thus depriving billions of souls from entering heaven. No wonder he had a tab on him right from his childhood. Well, that's the grooming of Prophet Muhammad, folks. Thanks for watching.